Hey, what's good, my fellow smokers? Welcome back to the smoke for tonight for my night cook. But I'm gonna be doing something I haven't done in a while, and also give you guys some maintenance tips on the pit. So now sometimes you get all that stuff. You can have. I remember I had a blockage uh, probably a couple of months ago, and what I did was I took the plate off, the top plate. And sometimes you don't have to do that. The older guys, they pretty much know. You can get a screwdriver, right, and just put it down in the stack, hit that plate, break up what's ever that's in there, break it up, and then come on underneath, right, and hit that plate right there. Just hit it real good, and it's gonna break it up. Or get a hammer, and then next thing you do, get your good old leaf blower and point it right down there and blow everything out. And I had a lot in there too, so I had to clean it out. So instead of you trying to take off that plate, which is the pain also to try to put back on, just do that. And then once you get done, get a flashlight, look down there, and then check it out, or take your finger. There's little holes up in here in that plate, and then feel it. You'll feel like that. You feel that it's clean and it's cleaned out. So the next thing, guess what, guys? I'm going to be running my fan system today. I got the digiq. I got a 20 CFM. Now, I have ran the fan system on the right side, but I didn't feel like taking all my plates out. It's easier to do it from the left side. That way I don't have to take my grate out. I don't have to take out my burner. I just reached underneath, took this out, the ashtray, stuck my hand underneath there, and then fastened it down. So much easier. And then if I find out it's not doing good, just unscrew it, and then let the net drop in, and then that's all she wrote. Okay, but we're gonna run it from the left side. So the slide draft on the right side is already closed, and I'm just testing out how much air is going through the pit, and it seems to be coming out pretty good. So we're gonna run 225 today or tonight. All right, we're gonna run 225. So yeah, that's a good feel. I can feel the air coming out. That's really good. And so if you want to run your pit probe, right, from the digiq, I went into where I have my pellet system probe, and then wrapped it around and went underneath the pellet probe right here. So here's my pit probe, the digiq probe, and just stick it right underneath right there. It ain't going nowhere. Bam. So we're gonna keep that there. All right, guys. So again, if you want to run your digiq on the left side, you can, because there is a probe on the right side too. Well, if I'm facing, it's going to be on the left side. All right. Now it's been a good year since I ran my fan, but I know I told somebody I was going to do a setup and then run it for tonight, and we'll see how it's going to do. Last time it did pretty good, but it just burned through my fuel a lot faster than I want to. Okay, but we're going to set it at 225, guys. A blessing to you, and we'll talk to you later. All right, hey guys, hey, welcome back to my smoke on the good old Pitboss. So I've been running my pellet system for about 2 hours, just for my picnics. I just put my brisket on about 5 minutes ago. I'm using my Inkbird to monitor throughout the night, and also my digiq. So let's go ahead and check it real quick. So the pellet system is getting ready to shut off. We got 2 more minutes, and then that would be off. So let's see what we got. Okay, so again, my picnics have been on for 2 hours, and I've been running that with my pellet system. And the reason why I do that, just to give the picnics a head start, and plus I like to get my skin nice and crisp just before I pull the skin off. So I really love to use the pellet system for a couple hours, and that way that skin looks really, really good. Let me see if I can stop it. So you see, yep, see like that? First 2 hours. And I get an awesome crunch when it's time to have some smoked skins. All right. So these picnics are, man, really, they're huge. They're about 13. I think the smallest I got is probably a 9. And here's the brisket, salt and pepper. It's only been on for about maybe 10 minutes. You can see the color change already just from the pellets. And so I got my digiq ready to go. I got my digiq pit probe right there, just below the pellet probe. Somebody asked me, did I pre-drill my pits? I said, no, they come pre-drilled. I got one on the left and then one on the right. Okay. They sit just above the door, and then the pellet sits right there in the middle. Okay, I got my digiq, and we got that set for 225. All right. I'm getting ready to dump my chalk on. It's about a quarter full, and my fan is already running. And so my previous cooks with my digiq, I think last time I did it was probably last year, and it kind of burned some a lot faster. But I think the last time I had it wide open, now that fan is kicking in a lot faster. And so I'm gonna keep it down to 2. There you go. Now it slowed up a little bit. All right. And I'm running it from the left side. You can run it from the right or the left. It was easy for me to put it on the left because all I got to do is reach underneath the ash pan and then tighten that bolt down. Much easier. And so here's the setup. I got some Kingsford, probably about 16 pounds. And I got small little pieces of post oak. They're real small. And this big old chunk right here is hickory. I think we're gonna have a good smoke. I mean, the digiq does good a fan system, but again, I think the adjustment that I'm making is I'm turning that fan system to slide down just a little bit more. Now, I wanted to use my flame boss, but I don't have a hookup yet. The flame boss probably work better. That way I can control my temp through my phone. Let's go ahead and drop these things. Let's turn it off. Let's see. There we go. Blazing hot. Okay, let's go ahead and dump it. Oh, right there, that empty spot. And that's more than enough. And I'll let the fan system do its job. Let's close it up. So I do got the slide on the right draft closed and then hooked up. I didn't want to put my screws in there, nothing like that. I just fastened it down with my the fan port, and it works just fine. It's steady too. It's not gonna move. All right, last look, and then I'm gonna bring you guys back in the morning time, probably about 3 o'clock, but we'll see. So I monitor the pit temp with my Inkbird here. And I also got what we call my temp spike here, like I monitor on my phone too, with my brisket on my phone. That you see that fan is kicking in. It's actually blowing really good. Yeah, let's look at the stat now. Oh yeah, that's blowing really good. I might turn it down one more notch, but I'm gonna wait till it settles in and see what happens at 225. All right, guys, hey, blessing to you, and I'll bring you guys back in about, for you, 30 seconds. For me, about 5 hours. All right, guys, hey, welcome back to the smoke. It's been, I can't believe it, about 8 hours on this cook. I did open it up. We was right at around just below 250, and right there is 241. It's coming back up to temp. Okay, 243. But about 1:30, I came down just to check on it. I just took the fan system off, turned off the digiq. It seems like the pit wasn't, the digiq wasn't performing as far as the fan system, but I think the Pitboss runs better without it. It's just a natural old tank. It just takes time to get up the temp, and having something like digiq rush it. No, plus it was burning, not burning, but it was you know, blowing at 100%. So it was blowing a lot of smoke up into the chamber, and to me, it just doesn't need it. I think it just takes away from what the Pitboss already does naturally. Okay, so this is what's left over after, man, since 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's now, what is it, 4:41? So I'm gonna go at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 7 hours and about 40 minutes. Okay. But usually, again, I'm wrapping in about 5 hours. And that's just having one side of the vent, the slide vent open. Okay. But here we go. And this is why. This is why you don't need a fan system. Look at this color. It's just a natural beast. It just does what it does without any assistance. Look at them beauties. So I know my skin is looking pretty good underneath. I'm gonna take all that skin off and we're gonna make some cracking. Give me some smoked skins. So that's just my outtake. I mean, the fan systems, they work great on cabinet smokers, but something like the Pitboss, you got to find the right spot for that, for the Pit Pro. Maybe a little bit higher, because it's a little bit hotter up there, where it can, you know, start shutting off a little bit sooner. But it was just blowing, and just blowing a lot of smoke. It looks like it just came on by itself. But that's my take on it. It don't need it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap these up. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and check some temps. Let's see where we at. Now, in these picnics, now you know I did my picnics first. Oh, that was 10. The first 2 hours with the pellet system, 169, just to give it a head start. Because usually my picnics are the last to come off. My briskets are the first to come off if they went on at the same time. Man, 165, that's perfect. So I know my brisket's probably gonna be a little bit behind, but it'll catch up once I wrap. Look at that, 170, pretty much an even temp on the Pitboss. Everything pretty much gets done at the same time. Let's see where we at. 145. Let's check the point there. 150. Okay, see what I mean? It don't need nothing, guys. Okay, we gotta wrap it up. Let's leave this alone. Hey, blessings to you, and I'll bring you back on my next smoke.